I'm going to demonstrate how to install a ECU switch for the power valve reset problem with TMs. The problem's been around for a while, and this is my band-aid for this. I don't even know what to call it. It's just a switch, and we heat up the ECU with 12 volts. And as long as you leave that on after your first reset, as soon as you start riding, leave that switch on and it won't reset anymore. And it's completely solved the problem on my 2021 TM 250 EN FI. And this is a carbureted model, the 2023 limited edition, but it still does it. The carburetor masks the symptoms really well, but I still feel it. I know it's there. And so I'm going to put the switch on this one, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to show you the install. It's super simple, but so many people ask about it, so why not do a video? Things you're going to need. It'd be handy to have a good set of wire cutters, wire strippers. These actually have a crimping on them as well, but that's not the best crimper you can use. A good set of crimpers, this is probably overkill, but a good set of industrial crimpers like a TNB or something. Handy to have some extra butt splices if you need them. I include them with my kits. Some of them I've just been connecting the switch and soldering them, so you don't have to crimp them. I originally wanted people to crimp them so they wouldn't have to remove the fuel tank, but I never actually took the fuel tank off my 21. I had the 3-gallon tank, and with this bike, it's such a breeze. You should take your tank off. It's really not hard. And then you can route the wires however you want. I also noticed that the difference between the 21 and the 23, they've mounted the diagnostic port in a different spot. Anyway, I'll see it from the other side. You'll see it in the video. So I set these up with a length to fit the 2021, which has a diagnostic port right here. So hopefully, I haven't been sending people stuff that is too short, but we're gonna find out. I've taken all the bolts out just to expedite the video, but I wanted to show how easy it is to remove the fuel tank on this. Don't forget to take the fuel line off, like I just did. But it just pops off so nice and easy. I'm going to do a test fit. I've put my map switch on this embossment for the steering headlock, and I kind of like it there because I kind of leave it in map 1 always, and having the switch handy for the ECU up on the handlebar, oh, I don't know, I go back and forth with where I want it, but this is where I plan to put it. I'm just going to kind of run it out here. Diagnostic port is in a different spot on this bike. It's right here. I always make sure that I put them together right, and the red wire lines up with the red wire on that on the diagnostic port. It doesn't click in, but it does sit in there solid. I've had a couple people ask me why it doesn't click in, but it hasn't ever fallen out on me. And then I've left these wires to go. Maybe I'll come up the other side. I already loosened these just again for the speed of the video. I don't have to do as much video editing. But give you fork connectors. Most of the time, if I have them, if I run out, I'll give people ring terminals, but fork connectors just go on so easily. You don't have to lose your capture nut on the bottom of the battery terminals. You have to find it. It's a pain in the butt.
So you just threaded it through the air filter housing?
Yeah.
In the frame there?
Yeah, and I still don't know if that's going to be the right way to do this or not. Let me get the screwdriver. Best screwdriver ever. Let me speed this up for the video. That's a pain in the butt to put on, but it's worth it because you don't want that to, that's your positive terminal. You don't want it short in the ground, obviously. Let's see if I got these lengths right. That's good. It's like I did make this side too short to reach all the way up to the switch on the handlebars. So I'm gonna do a little bit of jockeying around. Run it down the other side. Hopefully I'll get enough out of that. So you don't want it to be, let's see, maybe, let's just test fit it right here. Yeah, it looks a little short to me. I'm gonna have to extend it. That's okay. I'll make them plenty long in the future. Sorry to anybody that I shorted. Give them a short one. I really like having it up here in the string lock. Why not try it on the radiator hose? So I stick it on there. We'll do a test fit with the fuel tank to see if it fits and see if we can reach it. Yeah, that would be easy to reach. Out of the way. I like having the bars clean. That's cool. Can't do anything about that giant abomination of a TM switch center, but maybe we do a video on that next. Anyway, so once I strip these and get them in place, we'll go back with some tie wraps and make sure that it's not going to come loose or fall down anywhere, get melted or what have you, ripped off with the stick. To be clear, these colored wires out of the switches, they come in all sorts of different colors. The current batch I have are green and orange, and it doesn't matter what color wire from the assembly with the butt splices. It doesn't matter. The polarity doesn't matter at all. We're just switching power from one lead and back into the ECU switch, into the diagnostic port. So, and then that's pretty much it. I'll go ahead and do a quick video overview of everything tied up nice and tidy at the very end of this, and show you this is a super simple installation. Shouldn't take you very long. So I've cut the little gold things off of this switch cable. Just strip back a little bit. I don't know, 1/4 of an inch or 3/8 of an inch or so. I'll start it with this since I have to bend down for my crimper. Actually, that's just fine. So I'll lay it in here real nice. There's a few new zip ties going. And I'll probably tie it all up in the bundle here. Keep it out of the way. Maybe on the inside so you can't see it. Just getting these zip ties in here, making sure that the cabling stays where it's supposed to be. Fortunately, these TMs actually are very well put together, very easy to get to things. At first I was a little disappointed because after riding KTM for 10 years, they you know, everything's an 8mm and everything's well thought out, easy air filter access. You know, the wheels come off and go back on without any kind of fuss, but the TM's a little bit different in that manner, so where there's I mean, wasn't used to Allen wrench, pulling out my Allen wrenches to get things off, but it's the only complaint I really have is air filter access, and it's not that it's inaccessible, it's just I was spoiled by the quick change, no tools air filter, you know, ISDE stuff. And that's important, and KTM has that dialed. I don't think it's that important to TM. I think they're more focused on motocross, and clearly they make a great enduro bike, but I'm not sure they have a presence in ISDE anyway. You can't rent one there. You can rent a Husqvarna or a Gas or a Riehu or whatnot, but not a TM. Don't see a lot of TMs at 6 days. Not anymore. Another. We've got ourselves a whole herd of TMs around here. This one, I still haven't sold my 2021. We have a 2001 250 EN with 3 hours on it. Got it from the original owner, Gary Forster, who was owner of G&G Cycle, and a 2003 125 MX that's been modified. It's now 155. That's another TM in our fleet. Olin's suspension front and rear. Pretty cool. But, now we need to get us some vintage TMs. We need a red one. A pink one from the 90s. Twin shock.
And a full size 80.
Yeah, I need an 80. I need an 80 EN, a pink one. I want that 1980 125 EN. That's really cool. air filter access. Look how easy this thing goes together. All right, put some screws in it. Again, this is the mounting of the ECU switch that keeps the ECU alive for the power valve reset problems with TM and their electronic power valve. You turn the switch on, the headlight comes on. You'll hear, I've heard people say they hear the fuel pump running. Well, this is a carbureted motorcycle. There is no fuel pump. You hear the power valve open all the way, and you'll hear SCRs firing in the LED headlight. That's normal, but the light does come on. And then as long as you leave that on, you should have no power valve reset issues. You still have this switch that TM puts on these bikes. You can shut the headlight off and just leave it on for your whole ride. If you leave your headlight on though, your battery will go dead. Ask me how I know. So if you're going to be stopping and having lunch, you want to shut it off, and then you'll just deal with your power valve resetting. And it's not a big deal on flat ground, really. The only time it's a problem if you're stuck on a hill, if somebody gets stuck in front of you, you gotta stop and then restart, wait for them, or you gotta stop and immediately do a pivot turn or splat over a rock or something. Then it's an issue, and it's really hard to ride around on the fuel injected bike. Pretty easy to ride around on the carbureted bike for whatever reason, but I wanted it anyway. And now that I accidentally made that wire too short and had to put it on my radiator hose, I didn't clutter up my bars anymore, so that's pretty cool. Stay tuned.